All right, Providence Bruins Beauty of the Week, the aforementioned Fabian Lysell, number one pick. I'm sorry, first round pick, 21st overall. Had a little bit of a down summer. Not much going on there. A little bit of an injury. Had the concussion from last year's playoffs, still lingering. Didn't have a great preseason. Gets down to camp. A lot of talk about Potter, obviously, low rye, but not much about Lysell. People starting to get down on him, even thinking that maybe he'd be a trade chip and so forth. But he has come back now, and his 4 goals and 8 assists for 12 points in 13 games. Shooting percentages up, playing a much more noticeable hockey, and looking like the player many thought he'd be.
Yeah, he's had multi-point games, I believe, in the last few here. He's really kind of put it together the last 4, 5, 6 games down in Providence. Started off a little slow, but he's really come on of late, and it's great to see. And people down there are saying, if there's an injury, and hopefully there isn't with the forward core, that he might be the next guy called up if the Bruins need a wing. So, good for him, and hopefully he continues to build on it. And what we've talked about a lot on this program is the consistency. So now that he's played at this level, we need to see it consistently at this level for him to continue to play well and string, game after game after game together. And that's what, makes the difference between a 4A guy, a AAA guy, and an NHL guy. So he's got to continue to improve his overall game, and then, keep producing at the rate that he is now.
Yeah. Next year, could you see a Patra, Merkulov, Lysell line next year? How about that one?
I don't know. That's a lot of youth and inexperience.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of youth and shaky defense.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're doing that, but
No,
they'll probably spread those guys out. But I wouldn't mind seeing those guys all get a shot with the Bruins.
Sure, and I think it could happen.
Yeah, Potter will be around, and Merkulov is playing well as well down there. And Lysell certainly, has the pedigree of being a first round pick and so forth. So, it would be good to see all those guys kind of hop in, and then the Bruins could spend some money on some big free agents.
Yeah,
if they had some of their draft picks kind of come up here, and they could pay them short money, and then the Bruins could spend. So.
I'd really like to see them get Nylander. I think Maple Leafs would be foolish not to re-sign him. I mean, trade whoever you need to trade. I think they'd be foolish too. But if he ever got to a point where he was going to be available, I think that's the guy you go for. I mean, he's just a really good player. He's what they need. I mean, him with Pastrnak would be just dynamic as hell. Sure. I'm all in. I'm all in on that.
That's the guy I would want to, because he's young and he's a passer. He's a great passer, but he also can finish. He has great hands, and I think he would buy into the Bruins, defensive structure and so forth. So I really think he would be a great fit for the Bruins. Not necessarily a center, but, can really pass the puck and play make and drive a line. So if it was up to me, that's what I'm doing. But I think the Maple Leafs will do what they can to try to re-sign him. But if you're trading a guy, you're not going to trade John Tavares, the hometown, captain of the team, in order to re-sign Nylander. At least I don't think you will,
right?
If you're them. So that puts them in an interesting spot there, where they kind of have some tough decisions to make this offseason.
Yeah, no doubt. Prospect Spotlight, former Bruins Benders guest.